Welcome to Cincinnati, Ohio, where you're going to watch the USHA, United States Handball Association, National Masters Handball Tournament. This particular match is the 45 Singles Championship, and our players today are Scott Kelly and David Steinberg. With me is Jack Prather, and my name is Jim Carriller. We're both local handball players here in Cincinnati, and we'd like to welcome you to the Athletic Club at Waycross. We've been here for 4 days now. This is the culmination of 4 days of lots of play, lots of hard work, and lots of good times.
Jim, I'm really expecting an exciting match, very fast-paced. Scott Kelly at one time was ranked number 6 in the world. 2 years ago, Dave Steinberg is a 10-time Grand National Champion of the USHA. We have 2 quality individuals here. This is going to be an exciting match.
And we're ready to roll. We're ready. And we're going to start out Scott Kelly has the first serve. If you're not familiar with handball, they do get 2 serves. They have to stand inside the service box, and that's the only way you can get points if you serve. It's a side out, and Steinberg now has the serve. Steinberg's a power player. Shoots an awful lot of balls. And that's the side out. So we change servers again. Scott Kelly back in the service box. Scott's from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Got a little bit of a crack on that serve, but Steinberg pulled it out. Now, usually when they're hitting these ceiling shots or high lobs, it's more of a defensive shot. That's a kill shot. That's the offensive shot.
Yeah, you could tell these individuals are just filling each other out, just getting used to being in the championship game. This pace will pick up very quickly.
It's a low, hard power drive, followed by a power left. You may notice that, especially with the better handball players, you really can't tell if they're right-handed or left-handed. That's the challenge of the game, is to work on your weak hand and make it as strong as you possibly can. And these guys both have excellent offhands.
I'll tell you, the pace he's hitting it at already in this match is incredible. After playing 3 days, he's still able to put that much pace on the ball.
Score is 2-0 now. Steinberg. Steinberg is serving. And that ball skipped in. Side out.
That was a big setup. You won't see him miss many of those.
Kelly serves at 0-2. And it's side out. So David Steinberg comes back in. 2 serve 0. There's a back wall setup, and they're still getting used to these courts a little bit. There's glass back wall here. It's a little tough to get used to. Ceiling shots, a little defense, trying to jockey for position. Waiting for the other guy to make a mistake. And that time David got hit by a ball, so that's a replay. So the score is still 0 serving 2. Scott Kelly serving.
Very different in style here already. Scott is just getting the ball in nice and soft, just wanting to get into a rally, where Dave is pounding the ball from the start.
Side out, so Steinberg serves 2-0. short serve. The ball must cross the short line, sort of where David's back foot is right now. Again, some defensive shots, trying to get in position, trying to get to the spot where you can actually take advantage of a kill shot.
Scott has definitely been at the defensive end of most rallies so far, but it's very, very early. I'm sure that will change. And get another nice left-handed shot by Dave. You just can't tell whether he's right or left-handed. That's how proficient he is.
3 serving 0. Steinberg serving. And a corner kill shot. David gets another point.
He is pounding that serve, and Scott is not getting a very good defensive return yet, Jim, but I expect that to change too.
Again, jockeying for position, using that ceiling shot to just keep the ball in play, not make any mistakes. Till you get a chance like that to put one down.
Dave is really out to a fast start, Jim. It's really amazing he can do this after 3 days of great competition prior to this. He's in excellent shape. A great serve there, Jim. That looked like one of yours.
Low down the right-hand side and hopefully not off the back wall. That's an ace serve. You don't get your hands on it, can't return it, you've been aced. That's more of a typical defensive return, trying not to get aced and just get a defensive shot on the ball so you can get yourself in the front court.
It was a great shot we saw just then of a close-up of that back wall shot, how tough it is to see off that glass.
And there's a point by Steinberg, left hand, cross-court, corner kill shot.
He really comes across nicely, his body there, just puts his whole weight into it.
There's a nice pass shot and cracks out.
He hit
Side
that
out
with his fist, Jim, and it cracked out on the side. And right now he's working on pass shots only. I haven't seen him shoot one ball yet.
Steinberg's back in the service box. Very studied when he winds up the serve. And he almost cracked that one out, but Scott was able to pick it up. Again, Steinberg on offense, Kelly on defense.
This Scott's just really got a slow start here. A little surprised at that, but his abilities are there. I'm sure this will be a tight match before it's over.
Scores now 8 serving 0.
There's a nice return.
That was an offensive return. Got him back in the service box. Scott Kelly from Chattanooga.
It's a great call by Dave. It's just a gentlemanly call there. He caught it on 2 bounces, and he called it. Kelly's now on the board.
Another time when Scott got hit by the return of service. And a replay this, gets 2 serves again. Just like the whole point. Starts over. can tell from the angle of some of these shots, these guys get pretty close to one another. And another player hit by the ball. It's a replay. Scott again serves 1-8.
I think Dave might ask him if he had an X on his back.
Steinberg battling that glass, but he did it well. Ended up with a winner across corner.
Nice shot. He was in great position, anticipated that ball going to the right, raced over and just shot it right in the corner. Doesn't get much better than that, folks. Dave switched up the serve there, went with that 3-wall and hit it real hard. We may see the pace of this match changing real quickly here. We may get a little more pace going on.
Score is now 1-8. It's a short serve. It hit the line before it cleared the line, so that's one fault. You get 2 faults in handball. As far as the match goes here, it's now 2 serving 8. As far as a match goes, play 2 games to 21 points. And if the players split, there's an 11-point tiebreaker. Steinberg there with another corner kill. He's keeping the ball very low, very short.
Scott just not real confident yet on his shots, and he's leaving them up, and Dave is capitalizing every time.
That's a fairly rare mistake from Steinberg this week. I don't think I've seen many hand errors from him.
Jim, he's as steady a player as we've got out there. He just does not make mistakes. That's why he wins. Now there's the first kill shot for Scott. Looks like he's now getting into the match. Like I said, the pace is going to pick up here.
Scott was in an excellent position to make that shot, too. He had David boxed out on one side and put the ball there.
Oh, boy, did that straighten out. Wow, that's a great shot. That was strength.
Both of these guys generate a lot of speed on the ball, especially Steinberg. Both hands. Scott Kelly, of course, right-handed and put the ball away.
Nice shot there. The pass shot he hit set up the kill shot as Dave could barely get his hand on it.
Score is now 3 serving 8.
Oh, boy.
Dives for the ball.
Great anticipation there by Scott. A great get by Scott as well. Look at him run
Corner
for this
kill.
ball. Did that ball make it, Jim?
No, it did not.
Okay.
It skipped in. So David's coming back in to serve now. 8 serving 3.
What an effort. What a great effort. That's a nice serve there.
That was such a good serve. Scott couldn't even get a defensive return on that serve. Defensive ceiling return.
That was a nice return there. Perfect position.
Left this one a little short, and David takes advantage.
You can
Passes
see how
down the
they're
right.
setting each of them up there, waiting for that one short ball to power it into the corner. Watch this. Boom. What a shot.
That was a very difficult back wall return. Ceiling shot came down in the left-hand corner against this glass. Jack, that's a particularly difficult shot.
One of the hardest shots here.
Takes a defensive shot. Makes it almost as good as an offensive shot.
That's right. Nice shot there by Scott. David may think twice about trying that with Scott in front of him because he's so quick.
Kelly comes back in the service box. 3 serving 11.
Oh, what a nice shot.
And there's a nice corner kill. That'll make it 4-11.
We're getting quite a crowd here now. Everybody that's been for this tournament for 4 days is here watching this match. What a nice. Excellent. He's been going to the right corner. Dave was anticipating that. And Scott with a nice fist pass to the left.
Dave was caught a little bit out of position on that last shot. And David got hit by the ball on a return, so we'll replay 5 serving 11. David's taking a little time to checking the ball and getting a little fresh air. Steinberg is very composed. I don't know that he needs extra time to compose himself.
Nice shovel shot there by David. Great position. Again, by shoveling it, he takes the pace off of it and has Scott holding his spot there.
And this is his weak hand, remember. Came underneath that ball, put some spin on it, and kept the ball down. It's almost impossible to tell on a television, but both of these players can put English on the ball and hop it in either direction. So you very rarely in handball get the shot that you want to get. That's why these guys play a lot of defense, waiting for that one shot that they can get, that they can put away.
And Jim, they've all got to have the quick feet to be able to get in position because these balls are coming back at them real quick. Another great shot by Dave, a dive by Scott, didn't get it. Dave gets back in. He's leading 11-5.
Must be 11, serve 5.
Defensive return, trying to get to the middle of the court, trying to get in a good position. Oh, he got a crack on that one. Sometimes the ball hits in a crack and it just slides straight back.
Scott still just kind of keep the ball in play. He's just still looks like he's waiting to get into the pace of the match right now. It's a nice shot there.
A lot of defensive shots in this rally.
Very nice, very nice. Scott is really changing the pace. He's hitting it hard, then he's throwing a soft one up there.
Starting to keep David in the backcourt a little bit more than he was early in the game.
David is not able to attack that front line like he was early. So now
there's a back wall setup. Again, these players are sometimes right on top of one another when they hit the ball.
Oh, what a great get there.
This is one of the longest rallies we've had. This is an open court. David turned around, had an open right court, had Scott leaning in that direction, and then he went left on him.
Great. That was a great round. They had to hit the ball 12 to 15 times a piece there. They covered every inch of the court. A couple of great gets. It's starting to warm up, Jim.
Serve just barely cleared the short line, and he finished off with a kill shot.
Any time that ball comes off the back
Scores now
wall,
12 serving 6.
David is just nailing it. Oh, that's a tough shot there, Jim, taking it out of the air after hitting 3 walls.
He could have waited on that. He could have played that differently, but he decided to try to stay in that box, stay up on the short line. And that's where you want to be.
Yep, control the point from there.
That was an excellent pass shot.
Scott's going to have to come up with a serve here. He's just putting the ball in play. He's going to have to change his serve quickly here.
Moves left, wraps it around. Steinberg fights the glass, makes the shot.
Scott again on playing defense almost the whole rally here.
And that's going to be a back wall setup.
What a
backhand,
get.
backhand,
What a get.
offhand shot. Defensive, but it kept him in the rally, and this rally's going on too. It's going to be a tough shot in the left corner. But again, a good defensive return, keeping himself in the point.
Offensive shot here, Jim. No.
Oh, that was a great get.
Oh,
and
boy.
Skipped it in.
Shows you the strength and conditioning
I think
there,
that was
Dave.
one of those points. Oh, and we have a timeout here. I think that last one was just one of those points where it just went on so long that Scott just ran out of gas a little bit.
There's a picture of Dave. They're already breathing pretty heavily. They'll get a drink, maybe check their gloves. Timeouts usually last for 1 minute. They'll be right back. Jim, I'll take this opportunity to let everybody know that this is the second largest 4-wall handball tournament in the country. Here in Cincinnati, we're having a ball here, having these guys here.
It's been a great time.
And we've got guys from California, Maryland, Maine, Texas. They're all over here in Cincinnati for these championships. The only larger tournament this year for 4-wall will be in Houston this year. And that ought to be an awesome time down there, too. Of course, we've got other matches going on today. Next door to us, we've got the 35 championships. We've got another pro over there, Chris Tico, playing Rob Pierce, who has also been on the tour several times. So we've got some great championship players here in Cincinnati.
It's a replay of that last point. I think that point did go on for a while, and I think Rob just got tired, so he decided he needed a timeout after that volley. Yeah, Jack, this has been a great weekend. We've got 136 players from all over the country.
There we're taking a look at Charlie Wicker, 70 years old, from Tucson, Arizona. What a great guy. At 70 years old, you wouldn't believe how that guy can move and still play. It's, Jim, when I get to be 70, if I even make it, I'd like to play like Mr. Wicker.
I'd like to still be playing it all. Okay,
Looks like we're ready to get back.
And 13-6. Again, David Steinberg's leading. Scott Kelly from Chattanooga in the dark shirt. Desperation attempt of a backhand, but didn't make it.
That was power handball there. That ball was on him quickly.
Makes it 14-6. Again, Steinberg very methodical when he gets set to serve. That was an excellent kill shot. Just too low for Scott to be able to get to the ball before it bounced twice.
Scott just seems lethargic right now. I thought he had a shot at that ball, but didn't go for it. Nice cutoff shot there.
And again, notice where David was. Served in the box, stayed in the box, put the ball away.
And Scott just is not getting good returns on that serve. Dave is pounding that ball. He's got to come up with something.
It's a short serve.
That was close.
Second serve at 16-6. The serve is so important in handball because it's the only time where you actually have complete control. Any other time, you never know what the ball is going to do, how it's going to hop. Serve is critical.
Another nice shot there. David is not letting up. He is going to try to get out of here quick. 16-6. It's a pretty good lead at this point.
17-6.
I'm sorry, 17-6.
But he is kind of dominating that service zone right now. Short serve.
One serve coming.
Scott's actually in offensive position now. First time in a few points. But now he's back on defense.
I mean, David has been in total control from the outset here. If we could just get a close-up of his face and look at the concentration, it's easy to see here live, but boy, oh boy, he is in the zone. Look at that. He is working, thinking. He's on top of his game at this point. That's a nice shot. Right into the body. When you can't extend your hands, you're in trouble.
6-18. Overhand fist drive shot that didn't quite work. Came up enough to give Scott an offensive opportunity, and he took advantage of it.
Last couple points, Scott has looked a little bit better.
Is that side wall, front wall kill shot on that last one? David is a shooter.
Oh, what a shot there.
Unbelievable get.
That was a great couple of shots there, Jim.
Watch David shoot this ball. He takes some offensive opportunities that other people just don't take.
Look at that's a great return by Scott there. And then the nice little shovel. Perfect angle.
Most guys would not even expect that ball to come back. Not only did David watch it and expect it to come back, he made a winner out of the following shot.
And he is just pounding Scott at this point.
I think Scott's really frustrated. Even when he gets a chance, he tries his best shots. They somehow come back at him.
Mm-hmm. They're just checking the ball just to make sure it's not wet. As you can see his stance on the serve, he puts those 2 feet very close together. And then takes that one step backwards, creates that power in those legs.
And you have to stay inside the service box when you're serving. It's a rather small area, especially for guys that are used to winding up and stepping into the ball like both of these guys do.
And Scott's a big guy, but he's able to do it consistently, stay in that box.
It's a rare miss by David.
He's only had about 3 misses all day so far, I think.
And that adds up to the other 3 misses they had all week, so you can understand why he's in the finals.
Now there, he threw up a lazy shot, and Scott just jumped right on that one. At 8-19, I don't know. What do you think? Scott still might be able to come back, but game's already at 21.
He's just
on a heck of a rally. Oh.
And that power of Steinberg's keeps the ball low, unreturnable.
That was just like a Roger Clemens fastball there, just straight.
Watch him
low.
stroke that ball. Drives right through it.
Can't get it.
It's 19 serving 8. Game's to 21, so we're closing in on the end of the first game. Unless Scott really turns it around quickly. There's an offensive opportunity and sends it to the back wall.
There he goes
and loses
again.
The point.
I'll tell you, he is drilling that back wall. Any opportunity, he's letting that ball go right by him to the back. And he's really hitting most of those in the middle of the court. I think Scott is anticipating one side or the other, and it holds him up. 1 point away from victory here in game 1.
Oh,
nice shot at the end of the first
point
game.
To finish the game.
Wow, that's as low as you can go there.
Watch this corner kill. Oh,
look at that sidewall, front wall. And that was power, because that ball was probably still 3 feet from the front wall when it hit the sidewall. And to be that low and still hit that front wall is amazing. Just a great shot. We're going to take 5 minutes in between games here. There's Jim Kraler in the
Jack
yellow.
Prather.
Of course, I'm wearing my Cincinnati Red outfit today in honor of the Reds.
And I have my tournament shirt on.
There's Dave Steinberg there. He's having fun.
And we're going to cut away for a little bit, and we'll be back at the beginning of the game, too.
Sports, consistency is a quality to be proud of. And when it comes to helping kids, Shriners Hospitals have a record that's second to none. For over 80 years, they provided expert medical care to kids with orthopedic problems or severe burns, totally free of charge. The Shriners combine leading-edge research with an outstanding teaching program. There's a Shriners Hospital helping kids from this area. For more information or to refer a child, call this number.
Shriners helping kids right here in the Cincinnati area, giving help and hope to kids for over 80 years.
Waycross Community Media. Waycross provides public, educational, and government access to the communities and its residents of Forest Park, Green Hills, and Springfield Township. Programs shown on Waycross are produced, directed, announced, and run by people just like you. To get involved, call Waycross Community Media at 825-2429 or check us out on the web at www.waycross.org.
Looks like we're back, getting ready to start game 2. David Steinberg's going to have the serve first this game. The flip of a coin determines who serves the first game, and then the opponent plays the second game. If it does go to a tiebreaker, it's the person who has the most points in their loss gets the serve. David's first serve. And defensive return by Scott. It's a diving defensive shot. Gives him a chance to get back in the rally, but Steinberg just stays in there, keeps driving the ball. 1 serving 0. Again, that left corner with the glass back wall is really giving Scott a hard time. And I've played on these courts a number of times, and it gives everybody a hard time. These guys handle it better than most. David goes for 3-wall serve. Driving the ball. And remember, people, that these guys have been doing this for 3 days now. This is not the first day. So there's some fatigue going to set in. To be an excellent position to keep moving at this pace day after day.
Side out.
Oh, excellent return by Scott. Scott's back in the service box. First time this game. 0 serves 2.
I think Scott reevaluated what he did that first game, and I'm sure we're going to see some kind of change here in his approach.
Keeping David off balance. David's getting to every ball. Back
Unbelievable.
And forth, left and right. He covers all of the court, and then he gets a bad bounce. That was a bad bounce. So
the pace has definitely picked up.
Scott got a little lucky on that last one. That ball did not come out according to the laws of physics.
They're just mopping up the court there a little bit. Bill Scott's on the board a whole lot earlier than he was the first game.
1 serves 2.
And he needs to stay in here. You can't let David get any kind of lead on you.
Point.
A lot of pace on that ball. You can tell that Scott is picking it up.
2 serves 2.
Hasn't been on camera yet, but Will Straw is refereeing this game.
Point.
And for the first time in this match, I believe, Scott Kelly is ahead.
Yeah, you're correct, Jim. And again, another strong shot from Scott. He was in great position. Fired that ball down the right side.
Short.
And that was the first time, I think, all game he served to the right. So he is changing a little bit of the strategy.
There's a lob serve. Defensive. Second serve shot. And he pulls ahead 4-2.
Yep. Scott looks different already. He's now into the match. Nice return again by David. Perfectly to the ceiling.
Oh, and that was an offensive opportunity that Scott just gave away.
And that was really the tale in the first game, other than Dave controlling, was that Dave made many less errors.
Had an open court, went for the shot, and just put it into the floor.
Yeah, he's attacking that ball now out of the air.
And he's trying to stay in the front court a lot more this game. He's not content to be in the back. He's trying to put himself in that service box.
See, that serve there didn't have a lot of pace on it, but boy, it was in the right position, and Dave really had a hard time returning it. Results in a point for Scott.
That time Scott had Dave boxed out, had him stuck behind him, and put the ball low in the front corner.
5 serves 2.
And now Dave has missed a couple of shots here, Jim. Scott's put a little more pressure on him, caused a couple of unforced errors.
Scott's up 6-2.
Serves 2.
We might see a turnaround in this game. Might be looking at a tiebreaker. Of course, it's still pretty early. David's still got a lot of shots.
Never can count the Steinberg out.
7 serves 2.
Scott's taking all the offensive shots.
Yep.
Steinberg's trying to stay on defense, but he got beat that time.
Scott's on a nice little run here.
8-2. He's got a good lead.
Controlling every point.
Short.
Short serve.
Again, you can tell the difference in serve here. Scott really isn't peppering the ball. He's just putting it in a great position, hard to return.
That was a shot of Will Straw, our match referee. Oh, David. There's
Again,
Will.
not the highest percentage of shots there, but he was making them in the first game.
Serves 2.
You can tell from a lot of these shots that officiating these games isn't really all that easy.
It's a nice power shot down the right.
2. Serves 9.
David's back in the box now.
And see if he's going to stay with that drive to the right. And there he goes.
And he cracked it out.
Excellent serve there. That's worked for him all in the first game. He sneaks in a couple of wrap serves there, front wall, side wall, but that power serve.
Some action on from one of the other courts. We do have 4 other matches going on right now, and
1 serve.
all different age groups. Gentlemen 80 and 85 years old are playing this game at this tournament.
That's incredible, Jim, to see those guys out there with the arm pads, knee pads, going at it. It's awesome.
And they may not have the speed and dexterity that you're watching here, but they've got the same drive and determination, and they love the game.
We saw some athleticism there, both on the ground, short hopping balls. Scott left that point up.
Point for Steinberg.
4. Serves 9.
Steinberg serving. David's got it.
As we're talking here about the match, we've got some characters out here in the audience too, don't we? This is a great game.
They are characters.
9. Serves 4.
9-4, still very close. Could go either way.
Here's a big offensive opportunity, and Steinberg takes advantage of it.
And David won't miss many of those.
Gets back into the service box.
4. Serves 9.
He hit that ball right at Scott. Scott, all he had to do was defensively just pop it up there, and an easy shot for David.
There's that wrap serve that David uses sometimes.
Wow, what a shot there. When you watch Dave serve, he puts those feet together at an angled position, and he drops that ball from about 3 or 4 inches, and then he hits it at about 2.5. Just a great drive serve. Watch him here. And he's getting weak returns again from Scott, much like the first game.
We're back on the defensive, jockeying for position. Using that ceiling. Oh, David missed the ceiling, but not enough to get.
Here he goes.
Scott a real good opportunity.
Scott tried a nice pass shot there. Fist return.
David just content to keep the ball in play.
Side out.
Here we go. Once they decide to go offensive, it doesn't last long. These guys are great shooters.
9.
Passes it right past his body.
Climbs the wall to get out of the way. What an athletic move that is.
And as long as he's not in David's way, that ball's a point.
And that shot out of there.
Even if he jumps over it.
5. Serving 9.
Score is now 5-9.
Tightening up a little bit here.
Short ball. Be a
See if he
second
comes
serve.
back with that wrap serve here
1
now.
serve.
I don't think he'll go to the drive. He'll wrap that around high, try to get a defensive return. Well, he went right back to the drive. So he is mixing it up.
Typically you do. You use a wrap serve or some safer serve than a drive serve.
I think Dave's got a lot of confidence in it. Of course, that shot shows you that from 38.5 feet, he's not afraid to shoot that ball. Watch this setup. Sets up perfectly off the back wall, swings right through it, boom.
And the concentration in Dave's face. Short serve again. Scores now Steinberg at 6, Kelly at 9.
Takes a deep breath, a couple deep breaths before the serve. Here's that wrap. Another setup. Nope, it was on the wall. Scott just throwing it up defensively. Uh-oh.
Again, the glass is always a factor. Oh.
And Steinberg with a fist, sidewall, front wall. Wow.
That is a very difficult shot.
Not many people can shoot that. Look at that. Just a stiff arm.
But he made it a winner.
And then again, he changed it up. Instead of going drive, he went with the wrap first. He's got Scott thinking.
Now it's 8 serve 9. Steinberg getting back into the game, trying to even it up with Kelly.
And again, another weak return by Scott.
I don't think he got a very good bounce on that one. I think it was more of a desperation shot.
He is hitting the angles now. You know, earlier in the game, he was going straight down each wall.
Steinberg's evened it up after being down 6-2.
That was a tough shot to get around Scott to hit that shot. But again, he executed it perfectly.
There's an offensive opportunity. David.
Again, Scott's playing defense here, Jim. I don't understand. Of course, we're not down there.
Yeah, that was a mistake. Maybe his glasses got a little fogged or got some sweat on them. You have to wear eye protection here. It's one of the USHA rules, and it's also a smart thing to do. Those balls are pretty hard, about the size of a golf ball, but it's hard rubber, and it can do some damage.
Yep. Anyone attempting to play any kind of court sport needs to put those glasses on. That was a tough shot for Scott, right on the wall. He just misjudged that one. I would consider that an unforced error there.
9, serving 9.
And this game has changed again. I think Scott was up, was it 9-4? 9-2 maybe?
He had a sizable lead. Steinberg's managed to even it up.
Great dive.
Flying leap.
He got another one. Oh,
Side out.
and he pounded that with his fist there. That's the best Scott's looked in the last 5 or 6 rallies.
Yeah, flying leap off defensive from David. He still managed to get back to get the next shot, but an overhand fist drives
I think
it.
recovering to get that second one was even more impressive than the first one.
Exactly right, Jay. David's cutting the ball off a little bit more, not letting it go to the back wall. Currently, there was one.
Wow.
And he uses it to perfection.
He is seeing that ball well off that back wall. And he is just crushing it. And Scott's
again,
pretty quick. If Scott can't get it, nobody can.
And here comes a pretty big offensive setup. And Scott makes a nice pass shot.
Yeah, Dave was a little out of position there. He had to pick one side or the other. He picked the wrong side. Scott picked the right one.
9, serves 9.
Still tied, 9-9. A weak return from David.
And Scott, another miss. Another miss.
Scott had great court position on that shot. He had David boxed out.
I see Scott's eyebrows raised there. He's still not sure what he's got to do here.
It's a wrap serve.
Oh, there's a big miss from Dave. He was set up pretty nicely on that one. Again, Scott's not being very offensive off that back wall. I don't think he feels as comfortable as David. He was in great position, just missed.
9 serves 9.
Oh,
Ace serve.
very nice soft serve, cracked out on the right.
Serves 9.
Very effective.
Backhand flip.
Get. Oh, there you go. He caught Dave running to one side, hit behind him.
Exactly. Dave was right in front of him. You could see, Scott could see where he was and where he was headed. And he went behind him.
Oh, there should be a setup here.
Good offensive shot, but again, another great dig. Steinberg.
He is all over the place.
Defensive shot. He moves to the center of the court.
Scott is choosing to pass the ball more here, but he shot that one, got a good bounce. Again, a miss by Steinberg, who was in great position.
Again, we are at the United States Handball Association Masters National Championship here at the Athletic Club at Waycross, Cincinnati, Ohio.
What a return. That ball, Scott's serve keeps wrapping around.
Timeout. Okay. A minute.
And Steinberg's right on top. We have a timeout here. I believe the score is Kelly 12 and Steinberg 9. Everyone has complimented the facility here, Jim. Everybody loved the walls. I think they've had some good food here, some drink, some good stories. It's been a great time for 4 days here.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful experience.
There's some spectators in the crowd there watching a match next door. Again, we've got a really good crowd here on Sunday for the finals. You can look out there. We've got players waiting, players watching. There we are. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today.
And our crew is doing a great job, director especially.
This is the first time all of us have worked together. So far, it's been fairly flawless.
Steinberg's serving. Dave's serving.
Steinberg called that timeout. I guess he was just wanted to take a little breather, compose himself.
And Scott got to run a 3 there. He's run up 3 quick points on him and decided it was time to change some momentum there.
Players get 3 timeouts in a 21-point game. We haven't seen a lot of that. Both of these guys are in great shape. These guys are probably taking timeouts more for psychological reasons than physical reasons.
Yeah, absolutely.
Scott winds up an offensive shot. Dave digs it out. And then a weak return.
Oh, and he missed it.
Set up Steinberg, but Steinberg did not take advantage of that setup.
David at about 6 feet tall, around 180 pounds, a lot of power, just missed that shot there. Scott Kelly, probably about 5'8" or 5'9", a very quick player on the court. He does have power, but he doesn't have as consistent a power as David.
And the The ball came up enough that Scott could have done something with it, but put it into the floor.
Yep, Scott was there, had a shot at it. He's just not executing. I think it's the pace of the ball coming from David that's causing a lot of these errors. But he was in great position there. Should have shot that ball. Should have made that shot.
Drying the floor. Scott was on the floor and picked up a little sweat, so little court maintenance.
9 serves.
And they're back in the game. 9 serving 12.
There you go. Scott Kelly again receiving. Dave Steinberg serving.
That ball kind of cracked out. David got caught in the middle. He was actually hoping that ball would pass down the left. That's where he wanted it to be. That would have been a tough shot.
Yeah, Scott would have had a problem to retrieve that, but hinder ball was called. We'll replay.
Steinberg goes back to the drive serve and gets a point off of it.
The serve is working well. I'm surprised Scott hasn't figured it out yet. A lot of pace, perfect spot.
Yeah, it barely clears the short line and then it stays low. There's no way it's going to go to the back wall for any extra time for Scott. He's got to decide quickly and then take the shot.
Dave mixed it up there, his first soft serve of the match. He went high with a wrap. We'll do it again. And again, a weak return by Scott. And just a beautiful shot with the left hand.
And remember, folks, that's his offhand. That's the weak one.
Weak return.
Watch this
right
shot.
at the short
Wind up.
line. Boom.
He sets up, even from 38, 39 feet in the court, he still sets up and shoots an awful lot of times. Of course, he's a smart player. He makes the defensive shots when he needs to.
Wow. I mean, he's mixing it up. I would thought he was going to shoot that ball too. It went for the pass.
Steinberg's come back and tied it up again. 12-12.
Back and forth. I love it.
You know, a little bit more representative game than the first game.
George Miller, there's a phone call for you at the front desk of the
Steinberg pulls ahead, 13-12.
Come up, look for Justin Baker.
Wow.
Low drive. Doesn't come out far enough for Scott to do anything with it.
That ball just straightened out, got low in the corner there.
Watch this serve. Yep.
It was so fast, the camera couldn't even keep up with it. Well, that's how fast that shot was.
And we're hearing one of the other matches, court next door. That match is evidently over.
Oh, boy, that was a tough shot there. Deep in a court, an angle shot, left, right. Caught David by surprise.
12 serves 14.
There's a defensive shot.
To the first floor
Scott had an opportunity to drive the ball. Didn't really keep it low enough to do that much. David
This is a
sneaking
nice
around the
route here.
backcourt.
Great shot.
Again, 38 feet deep. He's still shooting. He's still making offensive shots.
He is not afraid to let it loose there. Boy, what confidence you got to have at 38, 39 feet. Man, oh man.
14 serves 12.
And again, after 4 days of competition, he's here on Sunday, Championship Sunday, still ripping that ball down the right side. Switches it up, goes with the wrap serve.
Again, a tough shot off the back glass. Keeps it in play.
And Scott is really on the defensive end here.
He's going for winners, but they're just not staying low enough.
Nope.
That and the ability of Steinberg to dig out even the lowest shot.
And Dave, for a big guy, is quick on his feet, gets to the right spot, and then boom! That shot down the left.
Drove that ball hard and low to the left. It's Scott on the right-hand side of the court. Bang.
15.
No way anybody could get to that ball, I don't think.
Nope. The road runner would have had a tough chance at that one.
But you would have gotten to it, Jack.
Well, Jim, the older I get, the better I used to be.
Steinberg's putting out,
16,
getting
serving
a little bit of a lead here, 16-12. Kelly hasn't scored for quite a while.
Yeah, Dave's got to run a 7 points here. It was 12-9 on that timeout.
Yeah,
And
he's making the shots. They're just not real crisp.
oh,
Steinberg makes a mistake.
that's one of his few misses of the match.
16.
12-16. Kelly serve.
Scott takes a big breath there before the serve. He knows he's got to get things going quickly, or this thing could get over. And there's a nice shot. There's a nice shot. He took his time on a serve.
That's
got
the crispest return he's had.
Yeah. Gets in great position, right down the wall, cracks out. No way for David to get it.
13 serves 16.
That ball's going to come out.
Here's an offensive opportunity for Steinberg again. Yes, he takes advantage.
And he doesn't miss many.
Even off this tough glass.
Well, Scott put himself in that position with that just a terrible serve. Come right out to a strong hand.
Steinberg's from Portland, 16-13. You can see how close they get on that shot.
Yeah, they were close there. Very, very close. I think Scott was looking for a call there. But again,
17,
Steinberg,
serving 13.
power down the right side.
Of course, a referee can call a hinder, basically an interference call. Pretty much at the discretion of the referee, although a lot of players try to influence the referee.
Just a little bit. Oh, what a shot there. Just died in that right corner.
There again, a defensive shot that becomes a winner.
18.
That's how good that
serves
defense
13.
is. Ceiling shot.
Just a perfect position. Comes down that corner, just drops straight down. David at 18.
Cracks a serve. Scott manages to dig it out.
Not a bad return, really.
David playing defense. Scott goes for a pass.
Oh, a great get. Oh, boy.
And again, you can see how Scott moved David around on that shot. Kept him deep, brought him short.
Yeah, David took the tour that time.
13 serves
Just a great get there. Scott being aggressive, takes it out of the air. David
Steinberg
running to get it.
Yeah, Steinberg going right to left on that.
And again, anytime he can get in position, he's going to fire that ball. Just another great shot there.
It's a side out. Steinberg's back in 18-13.
You know, David's not trying to invent any shots here. He's taking what Scott's giving him, and he's executing perfectly. Oh, that was a nice shot. I thought he was going to shoot that ball, too. Dave was approaching that front line and hits it by him.
Got a little bit of a bad bounce on that.
13 serves 18.
Turned it into an opportunity. You could see the ball hop a little bit there.
It had some movement on it.
It's kind of hard to tell on the camera, but just about every shot has got a little bit of English on it one way or the other.
Great get off the wall there.
Kelly trying to keep Steinberg deep.
Scott going back to defense. They had a couple offensive exchanges there. Another great get there off the wall.
Side out.
Oh, nice rally.
Glass got him. The side out. Steinberg's back in the service box.
He's getting tired. He's just not sure what he needs to do to get back. He's been outscored here 9-1 in the last 10 points.
And a drive serve.
And there was a shot to the head. That happens at times. David looks okay. Most times you never let the other player know you even felt it.
18 serves 13.
Replaying that point. Steinberg got hit. Defense. Trying to get it. There's a position shot, and he put it away.
Winner to the right.
These guys go back and forth with defensive shots,
19
waiting for that
serves,
opportunity,
13.
and then they pounce on it.
He's 2 points away from another national championship. And now we're at a championship point. Just
45 plus division in the national USHA tournament.
Not to get ahead of myself, but this could be number 11 for David. Let's watch this serve.
Short serve. So we're
One coming.
second serve.
Just an impressive game here. Impressive match from David.
Goes to the wrap serve. And Steinberg got hit with that ball.
I was a little surprised he was going to win on a pass. I thought he might shoot that left corner again. He's been pretty effective. That's why I'm not there, Jim. I picked the wrong shot.
Taking a moment here to make sure the ball is dry. Throw the ball up to the referee, let him dry that off. Of course, the players get to check the ball, make sure that it's dry enough for their liking.
We've got another match coming after this.
Play resumes at 20, serving 13.
2013, championship point.
Concentration, championship point here.
And it wasn't that great a serve. Scott returns it for a winner.
That was probably the first one he's given Scott as an offensive return.
And Steinberg goes for the corner kill, makes it, and he's back in the service box.
He owns that right corner today.
13.
See what he does with this serve.
Short.
Back to the drive, but short again.
One serve.
And most people would hit a wrap serve about now. Some defensive serve, a little safer.
And there he goes. He changed it up.
It's offhand.
Uh-oh, here we go. No.
Too deep into the court, he couldn't get down on it. It's too close to the back wall, you can't bend over.
Side out.
And it's side out again.
Well, Kelly's trying to make him work for it.
He is.
13 serves 20.
At this point, Kelly doesn't want to make stupid mistakes, so he's playing a little bit defensively.
Nice shot there again. Just power.
I think Scott's legs are looking a little tired. He's
20, serving.
not getting to the ball like he was earlier in this game, especially when he had that run at the beginning.
Yeah, he had a run at the beginning of the second game, but I think the power of Steinberg has just taken over here. Nice pickup there.
There's an open serve.
And there it is.
Corner kill.
There it is.
It's the match.
Championship number 11 for David Steinberg from Portland, Oregon. What a great match. He was in total control, Jim. From start, he had that little lapse in the beginning of his second game.
It's quite an impressive match.
But that was power handball there. You just saw the winning shot, and there's everybody coming out congratulating him there.
Steinberg obviously
he's
happy
pretty
with this
happy.
one.
Hi, Mom.
His mom's happy.
I'm sure he just said something to chatting. And just a very, very impressive win.
Scott Kelly.
Total control.
Dave Steinberg.
Total control. Jim, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Great match. Thank you. And we'll do it again in a little bit.
Thank you, Waycross community. And we'll be back with match 2 in a few minutes.